everybody, and welcome to the Nonprofit Renaissance. Our goal for this podcast is simple. It's to ignite a renaissance within nonprofits, empowering you, empowering them to go further and
grow faster. That is absolutely right, my man. We are your hosts. My name is Collin, and this is
H.
And we've been leading and resourcing nonprofits for the last 2.5 decades. Ooh. And honestly, though, we feel like we're just getting started. We're just getting ready. So thank you so much for joining us. And together, we want to go further and grow faster, like we said.
That's right. Man, 2.5 decades. It's a long time. Combined our age, we can't tell people our age, right? That's rude.
Nah, but I feel like they're getting a little bit of a...
Yeah, 2 decades. That means we started young.
Yeah.
But we've been at it. What's your first job in a nonprofit? Do you remember?
Well, it depends.
Officially paid, not like your dad made you volunteer. That's just great too.
Yeah.
We believe in.
So technically, it's my first job ever.
Oh snap!
And it was stacking chairs at the church that I grew up in.
Oh wow!
I was on their payroll. I got paid.
You got paid to stack chairs?
Yeah, bro.
Per chair or per hour?
No, it was per hour. If it was per chair, well, no. Yeah. If it was per chair, that would have been great.
You got ripped off. It's like, well, they're pews, son. So you're gonna have to. It's one pew.
I worked really slow though. I was pretty much doing like one chair a minute. No.
Hey, well, Collin, this episode we thought we'd get things started and introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
So the audience can know.
We want to have guests on, and we'll interview those guests. And today, the guest is us. We are the guests. So
Who is? Let's start there. Who is Collin?
Who is Collin?
And how do you pronounce your last name? Hoke.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's not hokey.
Okay,
for sure.
Is it hokey?
Definitely not hokey. It's not hokey. No, we're not. We didn't have that kind of. We didn't have hokey money.
You didn't have
up. No.
Is it?
It could be. Oh, I can. You started something here, my friend. I don't even, because thus far, my friend that is only known as H at this point.
There's a reason they call me H.
So, well, what does that stand for?
My counselor says I'm not allowed to share my name anymore.
Yeah. Well, am I allowed to share it?
Of course.
Am I allowed to share it? Heredes?
It's Heredities. It's Heredes. Heredes. Listen, middle school was rough, guys, but H stands for it's Heredes. It's a silent H.
Listen, whatever I got in middle school was far better than I'm sure what you got. So.
But it's Collin?
Hoke.
Just
nice. Keep it simple.
Could it have been spelled like Hulk? Collin.
Ooh, that would have been, well, that also would have led to, because I was not, still am not, but definitely back then was not anything close to Hulk.
There are parts of you that are Hulkish.
I don't know what that means, but I don't think so.
We'll let the audience decide, because we're happy this is not a video podcast today.
Yeah.
So, but that's coming soon. I think we're going to do VR. We're going to do video. We're going to
VR.
Yeah. Didn't you hear it?
Man,
it's in the notes.
I'm down. I'm down for it.
Jump into
I'm down for
one
it,
of the episodes will be VR for sure.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. We're gonna be on the moon.
In Mars.
On the moon, floating around.
That's right.
Just talking. Well, hey, let's have a little bit of fun here. We like to start things off with...
I was having fun, Collin. Okay, thank you very much.
You're right. Let's have even more fun
Thank
here.
you.
Let's get the fun started finally. We're going to do a little game called This or That. Pretty simple. I'm going to say 2 things, and you're going to have to pick which one of those you prefer, you like better, whatever that is. I'll do a few, then you can hit me right back.
And by the way, we'll be doing this with some of our guests as well.
We will.
So
we absolutely will.
A little bit of the format you'll get to know, but shoot, let's go.
Yeah, and other fun things, but this will be good. All right, here we go. So, this or that. You ready, H?
Bring it on.
Disney or Universal?
Universal.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's okay.
Yeah.
Mac or PC?
Mac all day.
Yeah. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
I don't know which of those is more. That sounds like the more romantic one, but I don't know. Brittany or Christina?
Oh man, I think Brittany.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
both iconic.
Both iconic. She came first on my radar.
NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
NSYNC.
Ooh,
NSYNC.
Bye.
Yeah.
Xbox or PlayStation?
Dirty Pop. Oh, you know what? I'm not a gamer. I never owned those consoles. Can I go Switch? Nintendo?
Sorry. NES or Atari?
There you go. Yes. Bong. On Atari all day. NES. But hey, I think Xbox.
Truck or convertible?
Convertible.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Blue or red?
Blue.
Red? Oh. Wrong.
Wow.
You like red.
Okay, then. Thank you.
Chicken or steak?
Steak.
Sunny side up or scrambled?
Scrambled.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Coke or Pepsi? Do not choose incorrectly.
Yeah.
There is a right and a wrong.
I know, it's Coke. There's no way. Has to be.
I thought I was going to have to quit the podcast.
I was about to
You
say,
passed.
if you said Pepsi, I'm like, what is wrong with you?
No. Email or text?
Text, actually. I would take text. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Formality with email,
Well, here,
but
text or phone call?
Text.
Yeah.
I don't mind the call, but I'm a talker.
I know some people that are like, if they text you and you answer with a phone call,
no,
they
no.
will be mad.
That's
They'll be very
101.
mad.
Yeah.
Uber or Lyft?
Uber.
Ooh, paper or plastic?
Plastic.
Interesting.
Sorry.
NBC or ABC?
You know what? For not being a Disney guy, ABC. I think ESPN is also ABC.
Christmas or Easter?
Christmas. All the feels.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Don't care about the resurrection, huh?
You know what I'm
Boat
saying?
or plane? Boat or plane?
I was thinking holidays, Colin. Sorry, Pastor Colin over here. Roasting.
Not anymore.
Boat or plane?
Boat or plane?
My boat's been in the dock, so the plane. Neither.
Yeah, you just got the jet now. huh?
Yeah. Plane.
Superman or Batman?
Oh, dude, Batman, actually.
Are you reading these as I go?
No.
Are you cheating?
No, maybe.
Your cursor is following. We got a Google Doc here.
All right.
You nerd. All right. Wait, what'd you say? Superman or Batman?
Batman.
Yeah, that's right.
Are you listening
That's
while I'm talking? Are you?
All right. I like this one.
Okay.
Be funny or be fine?
Oh.
Would you rather be funny or be fine?
Be finey. My wife married me for my jokes. so I'm going to go with the funny.
I feel like we're both pretty locked into the one because we're not very fine. So, would you rather be musical or mechanical?
Oh, dude. Okay. That's a good one because I am
You are
musical.
musical.
I am musical, and I wish I was mechanical because music don't fix my car, or anything at home. I'm not handy. I've learned to, and I've had to be, and I teach my boys, and we learn together. And YouTube has been the resource. So I wish I were more. I don't blame my dad. My dad was awesome, but he passed on the music to me, and it's like, here you go, son.
Do you, when you take a car to the mechanic, do you like make the noises to be like this is it was? So I was driving and it went
It went Hulk, Colin Hulk.
He kept doing that. I was like, what in the world? Class clown or honor roll? Not what were you, but what would you
Prefer?
prefer?
Oh man,
Because we know what you were.
dude, I was both.
Really?
I was both actually.
Really?
No, yeah, I actually was both.
You're unique because I can only manage one of them.
But I did go to
and I'll
clown
let you
school,
guess.
so I did go.
Okay,
I
so
went to-
you
I
knew,
went
yeah.
I graduated in PT Barnum School.
Oh my gosh! All right, last one. Here we go. Ready? Boxers or briefs?
Ooh, man, briefs.
Oh,
I'm a
there you
briefs
go.
guy. Yep,
There you go.
tidy whities.
All right, now I'm not going to follow you.
No,
I'm not going to follow along.
All
I
right,
want
my
this to
turn.
be genuinely,
My turn.
yeah,
All
off
right,
the
don't
cuff.
look.
Here we go.
Don't look. Look me in the eye, Colin. Look me in the eye. Here we go. Is it Hawk or Hulk?
Neither. Neither.
I'm not gonna let that go. It's gonna be the
Neither.
Hulk.
Ribberiro.
This it's supposed to be my last name, by the way, whatever he said. It's gonna be the Hulk episode. The Hulk episode. An intro to
Welcome
Colin.
Oh, we can't make these noises on a pod. This is an audio-only platform. We can't be doing this to them.
Here we go. NFL or NBA?
NFL, easy.
Oh, boo. It's because Tampa doesn't have an NBA team. So, yeah.
Even if they did.
Inside or outside?
Inside, because we live in Florida.
Yeah, you're a sweaty Hulk. Yep. McDonald's or BK?
McDonald's, all the way.
Early morning, late night.
Late night.
Drama, rom-com.
Ooh, drama.
Drama. Favorite?
Drama. I like the drama.
At 11. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Ford or Chevy?
Ford. I'm a Ford guy.
Sweet. Canon or Nikon?
Canon for sure.
What?
Nikon? Did you say Nikon?
I was saying Nike, but I was like
Nikon. Canon or Nikon? Canon. No, Canon for sure.
Don't make fun of my trilingual
Canon
pronunciations.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
trilingual.
Sorry.
Yeah, throw that one in there. Pat yourself on the back a little bit.
I'm so sorry to speak multiple languages. Hook. Fender or Gibson?
I guess Fender. I dabble on guitar, more of a drummer. But I guess Fender.
Takeout or
Dine in.
dine in? I'm asking the questions here, Colin. Takeout or dine in?
I'm the captain now. Dine in. Dine in's
in.
fun.
Sweet. Collar or V-neck?
Collar. I used to do V-neck, and I think I don't like I don't like who it turned me into, you know? I don't.
What did it turn you into?
Don't worry about it. We
Yeah.
can get to that later.
Museum or mall? Where do you buy your V-necks?
At the museum, because they don't exist anymore. I don't know. That didn't make sense, but
Ethereum or Bitcoin?
what?
What next?
I mean, Bitcoin, I guess. I don't do either of them.
See if you watch the news. No,
Yeah.
Italy or France?
For Italy. Only because I've been to France.
Only because the lasagna is
Ooh.
better in
Yeah.
Italy. Yeah.
That French lasagna.
You been to France?
I have.
Not yet. Okay, so that's good. So if you're listening to this,
You know, if you want to fund it, if you want to say
Send-
thank you,
if you want us to record an episode of the podcast in Italy,
H and Collin do
Yeah.
Italy. Yeah.
yeah, and we'll be sure to split the check with you. Two more. Hot dogs or corn dogs?
Hot dogs.
Yeah,
Yeah. I've never been a huge corn dog fan.
really.
I like cornbread and I like hot dogs, but for some reason mixed them together is it's not, you know. And also the eating it off a stick is weird to me. It
Really?
feels I just don't like it. Don't like it.
How to eat your popsicles?
Okay, good point, but it's different. It's different.
different.
It's different.
All right, last one. Mexican or Brazilians? I mean, Brazilian. the food.
Mexican, because honestly, I don't.
What?
I don't know if I've had Brazil. I'm sure I have. What's like a typical Brazilian food,
That sounds.
or like like what's like the quintessential Brazilian?
Wait, what's a typical
How to
Brazilian?
boil your culture down into one.
So one, yeah. First off, we take one checks at every Brazilian restaurant.
Maybe that's why I don't like
Steak. So
For real?
For real.
Then
Steak.
Brazilian.
Known for steak, basic your rice
Oh.
and beans and like a
Brazilian steakhouse.
Texas de Brazil. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I take it back.
No, bro.
100% Brazilian.
You stick with your enchiladas and your
No.
burritos and your
No, I don't
your
want that.
fajitas.
I don't want that gas.
We
life,
were gonna go to Texas de Brazil after this, but not anymore. We'll take you to Taco Bell.
Missed it.
Taco Bell.
How do you like your steak cooked?
Medium. I'm a medium guy.
Yeah.
I'm a medium guy. I don't like it too bloody.
I'll do medium rare.
Yeah, but picanha is the Brazilian cut, which is a rare cut, difficult, not popular in the U.S., but made popular in South America. But just enough fat that it kind of, melts away with. It's amazing. It's amazing. We'll grill at the house often. So
I'm hungry.
Gotta
I'm
have
very
you over.
hungry.
Gotta
I'm
have-
hungry. I'm hungry to know a little bit more about you, H.
Oh,
Tell us a little more. Who are you?
Who is
maybe
H?
maybe tell us a little bit about some of that 2.5 decades that we share
Yeah.
in the nonprofit world. Give us a quick little snapshot.
yes. I'll give you a quick one.
Not too long. Don't get like full of yourself. But
Yeah,
like
cut me
a
off.
little
Cut
bit.
me off. I tell folks that I was made in Brazil but assembled in the U.S.
There you go.
Yeah, but I was
There you go.
born in Brazil actually. Don't think about it too much. It's like, wait a minute, made in Brazil, assembled.
Interesting.
Yeah, reshipped. Yeah, some Chinese parts. Made in China.
One day air right there.
Yeah, one day. I came to the U.S. when I was young, 9, 10 years old. Parents came out here, and always been kind of in the nonprofit, in the faith-based, in the music world.
Parents were in ministry.
Yeah, missionaries, pastors. And so traveled the world with them and then landed here and kind of really stayed the course. Studying music was an open door to a lot of this, and always involved in creative space, ideating, creating, finding different ways to, reach more people, impact more people, to raise more money, to raise more volunteers, and how do we stand out? And we're saturated big markets. I've done a lot of ministry in São Paulo, biggest city in Brazil, then came to Miami, capital of South America, basically. Miami. Then did some work in New York, and so up and down the East Coast, always trying to get heard above the noise. So I was like, man, creativity is a really good tool to get heard above the noise.
You have a loud family. You come from.
Yeah.
Is that typical in like Brazilian? Is it like?
It's not stereotypical like an Italian family, or like, Cubans are known for like loud and talking with their hands, or
Yeah.
not necessarily. They're passionate people. Brazil is known for like their soccer and, women and their food, whatever, right? That's
Yeah.
kind of like the stereo, but they're a passionate bunch. It's a fun, passionate group. So definitely fun. Definitely a lot of the humor and play, big family,
Yeah.
love our family.
You're not loud. You're a very quiet person.
I'm a very
Yeah.
quiet. Yes.
Sometimes we got to get you to speak up a little.
Yes, very quiet, definitely extroverted, extroverted family. 3, 2 other siblings, and but yeah, and passionate about now for me deconstructing marketing. That's what I love to tell. It's like, what are you up to? What do you do? Work with a lot of churches, nonprofits, organizations to help them. Marketing has become convoluted, has become noisy. So we love to kind of slow down and deconstruct it, teaching people how to actually leverage the tools that are available to them. Everything
Yeah.
from their Google ads to their Facebook spends to larger campaigns in ad buying and media and in PR management,
Yeah.
and standing out creatively.
Is that even sometimes a little bit of a negative buzzword in the church
Oh,
world?
for sure.
Like it's got a negative, like we're spreading the gospel. We're not marketing. But is there a
Absolutely.
little bit of like,
Absolutely. No, and what I love about it is this, because I've become an evangelist for marketing because I believe marketing is evangelism.
Great.
Straight up. That's
Of
what it
course.
is. And I think if we're called in the church world, in nonprofits, to reach, to carry out a mission, to impact people, you have to be an evangelist. Now, nothing is better, no better marketing, sorry, than word of mouth, than people one-on-one,
Yep.
creating raving fans. Great book, by the way, great book, actually by a Disney CEO or creative back in the day called Raving Fans. But there's no better marketing than that. But you have to give them the tools and the resources, from social to the T-shirts to the campaigns to the handles. Why harp over a statement or words? Because they matter. Those are
Yeah.
handles that make it sticky and useful for people to be the evangelists they need to
Absolutely.
be. So definitely passionate about it, and definitely helping churches figure that out. Not to kind of we're just throwing money or create. No, it's evangelism. It's really giving handles. It's when Scripture talks about go into the world, make disciples. Those are actions. Those are very kind of specific, tasks that we need to take serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me about you. So besides the last name, we got that out of the way.
We have
besides
beat that horse dead.
Besides the fact that we're never going to go out to eat together, because I know it's going to be complicated. It's going to be Mexican Brazilian with a split check, but where did it all begin?
Yeah.
Begin.
Well, it all began. I was created and assembled here in Florida, and it was the whole process.
whole
was
procedure.
very efficient for me.
Assembly line.
Yeah. I'm a robot. No, but born and raised here in
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, pretty much like north of Tampa, Palm Harbor, if you're familiar with the
Yeah,
area.
cool.
So yeah, born and raised here. Lived my whole life. Other than a year and a half, I've lived here. I'd spent a year and a half out in this great state of Washington. Beautiful state, by the way. If you've never been out there, beautiful, beautiful state. But yeah, so I also I grew up in church, and so that's always been in my DNA. It was always something I was doing, and so that's really when I talk about nonprofits, that's the main portion of that is within the church. But through that, I've been able to. I mean, there's most churches partner with nonprofits, and that's so kind of ingrained, and so have had the opportunity, both just attending a church, but also on staff at church, partnering with other nonprofits and moving that forward. And so yeah, I mean, and since graduating high school in some way, shape, or form, whether I'm interning, just volunteering heavily, or working. So the last 7 years I spent as a youth pastor at the church that we still attend. So not doing that anymore. I'm here with you at Verse, and it's a great time. But yeah, spent a lot of time. Just that's really what marks a lot of my history is growing up in the church and doing all that. So yeah, I've got a passion for creativity. I haven't spent a lot of time. I'm learning a little bit in the marketing world from you, my man. But I've always had creative pursuits and endeavors. It's always been. I've had a lot of different hobbies in my lifetime, and they've always been along the creative side of things. I taught myself how to play drums. I taught myself how to play a little bit of guitar. Was in the process of piano, but that kind of fell off. But have always been doing creative endeavors, and so I love how, especially right now, how that my creative passions and the work that I get to do really are married, and was able to do that in the church, but just love what I'm doing now. There's an expanding, I think, now that where I get to work with for-profit and nonprofit organizations, but just in a way that is super leans towards kind of where I'm gifted. So
Now, also, you fast video, creative video editor. How did you get into video? Where did that come from?
Yeah, so that was just growing up. I had some friends that we loved doing that, and so we dabbled with it when we were young. And actually, before going into ministry, I was dead set on film school, and it was like I felt like I heard a word from the Lord that said that
Where are we going?
redirected.
Orlando Full Sail? No.
I was looking.
I
was looking. 'Cause I grew up here,
Florida,
and it's
most
right there.
Floridians,
And, get that Florida resident discount. I don't even know if there is one, but I didn't get that far in the process. Clearly, Yeah, so but it's always been a passion. And even as I kind of went the more focused ministry route, did ministry degree for my schooling and everything as well, but still kind of kept, there was still a project, there's still a bunch of things. It was still a hobby of mine. It was still something I love to do. And so now I get to just focus a little bit more fully on
Yeah.
that. So
Isn't it cool that, Verse obviously is the agency that sponsors and kind of underwrites this podcast, and Verse has served nonprofits for years. It's a niche, it's a specialty. And what I like now, Verse does not only do nonprofits, does businesses for profits as well, and authors and, personalities and cases like that.
Yeah.
But it's neat to see the unity in some of the faith-based and the kind of the church world. And what I like about it is it's one of the most challenging organizations to serve or work for.
Yeah.
The level of volunteerism, the amount of people, the differences. It's not one church serve all. Like there's a different, whether it's denomination, sizes, style, or approaches, or ministries, brands within brands. So I think a lot of folks who come from that world are some of the best in the world because of that exposure and that, and then also the health that comes with being grounded in something that's bigger than yourself. It's not a just for profit, greedy, climbing that creative corporate ladder, whatever that is. I think ministry keeps you focused in what matters in life. So I love seeing that, from you. Everybody at the agency at Verse has that kind of DNA, which is really, really neat. Now we'll be talking.
So just on that point, whether it's in the church or other nonprofits, I think at least like 80% of our current staff have spent significant time working for or helping nonprofits.
Absolutely.
So we get it.
Yeah, we get it. And the cool thing about that is the church, for example, gave me the first exposures to large nonprofits outside the church. Yeah. Right. I remember my dad in Brazil was running the largest Baptist orphanage system in the country. And he was kind of the president for a season. And I was like, and that was his job. He was pastoring, but that was the actual job. And but that just exposed me to a lot, like in the nonprofit world early on. And it comes through the church. My church here in Tampa Bay, same, does monthly serve Saturdays where thousands of people go out to serve nonprofits. We partner with 30 plus nonprofits. Yeah. And it's cool because it's just that exposure that it's bigger than one organization. It's bigger. It's meeting the needs. It's serving greater, causes. Yeah. So we get pretty passionate. And we're looking forward to talking to a lot of them here on the podcast.
I love being at that crux as Verse. Like we're right there, and I would love to see us be even more of a connector between those two. Even though they typically come kind of connected, but I would love to see more of that.
Well, let's talk about the manifesto. Let's talk about the manifesto because part of the heartbeat of the podcast is to learn. We're going to talk about some fortunes, some wins, but we're going to talk about some failures and some things that went wrong. And there's a lot of learning so people don't make the same mistakes. That's one. So there's a manifesto that we put together, right? What's a Renaissance without a manifesto? There you go. I'm going to have Collin just go through it quickly because we're going to hit them at the next episodes. We don't want this one to drag. And if you're listening still so far, thank you. Yeah. Thank you to our wives. So our wives, right? At least our wives. You got
through that portion.
Yes, if you made it through that at not 2x or 3x, and we sound like chipmunks. Thank you for listening so far.
We probably already sound like chipmunks.
We probably do. That's our sound editor here, Collin. But we're going to be covering some topics and align with like-minded, nonprofit leaders, ministry leaders, folks in the space. But tell us what the manifesto, and we're going to unpack this in the episodes to come. But take it away, Collin.
Yeah, this is kind of some of our guiding principles for this podcast. So, I'll just run through them. If you want to expound on them, you can. But I'll go through them. So there's five. There's five here. The first one is championing impact-driven organizations. That's a great way to talk about nonprofits. We want to champion those organizations that they just want to make an impact. Number two, empowering leaders with knowledge and inspiration. So just how do we keep that ball rolling with that inspiration and that empowerment? We also want to foster collaboration. Collaboration is huge, and if we can be a part of bringing people together, we want to do that. Number four, encourage continuous learning and growth. If you're not learning every day, then you're not going anywhere, or you're eventually going to become stagnant. Number five, inspiring a new era of philanthropy.
That's right. And that's being generous overall. And what we're looking for is the guests will bring, the folks will talk to. If you're listening to this, like, you know what, I think I line up with this, or that's part of my mission or my heartbeat. We love to talk to you as well, because we wanted to really align and bring, even from the beginning, championing impact-driven organizations. We could say mission-driven, purpose-driven, but we're looking for organizations that are making an impact, that are moving the needle, that are, and making, an impact in our communities, in our country, in our state, in our world, ultimately. And those are the kind of folks we're going to be talking to here at the Nonprofit Renaissance.
Yeah.
Cool thing is this: we'll talk about knowledge and inspiration, collaboration. It's hopefully it'll give you some practical tools. You'll get some insights. We're going to be goofballs because that's who we are. That's who we are.
Can't not be.
Yes. So none of this will be scripted per se, as you can already probably tell.
Very loosely scripted.
Yeah, but when we talked about igniting the Renaissance, for us, it's a renewal, it's a revival, right? That's what the Renaissance did to culture, to the arts. And in the nonprofit, it's that. It's a sometimes neglected, overlooked, sector in the world. Now, out of all the businesses, for every 10 businesses, there's 2 nonprofits. So it's massive if you start thinking about it.
Yeah.
And it's still neglected, sometimes under-resourced. So we need each other. We need to lock arms. We need to be helping each other because it is a cutthroat world out there.
Yeah.
And I think that's when we talk about going further and growing faster.
Yeah.
We mean that because there's a sense of urgency for us in the nonprofits we serve to do exactly that, to make, every $5 on every dollar you invest, to reach 5 more people for every 1 person that you used to get. So we're truly intentional about that. And hopefully by listening to this, you'll get the tools, get the resources, and hopefully move the needle faster. And as a result, say, man, we're grateful we're listening because it's helping us go further and grow faster. That's all we got for today, actually. Thank you for listening. It's been long enough. I don't know how long this lasted, but like I said, hopefully you sped through. You do, yes.
I've been counting.
You've been counting. I've been counting down. Like, how long will this go?
Not true.
Hey, but once again, thank you for listening. We hope this ignites a renaissance in you, empowering you to go further and
grow faster.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks again for listening to the Nonprofit Renaissance. We hope it ignites a renaissance in you and helps you go further and grow faster. Be sure to share, rate, and subscribe. And if you'd like to recommend or be a guest on our show, send us an email at podcast@firstcreative.com.